What's going on, guys? Jack from JR Options, and today we're going to be going over the put credit spread. So in my last video, we went over the call debit spread, and the put credit spread is essentially going to be a very similar type of trade, although it is essentially going to be the reciprocal. So this is going to be a bullish position. This is going to be a bullish position where we want the stock, in this case, we're going to be going over Amazon for our examples, and we want the stock to be above a certain strike price. So let's go over what this trade actually looks like. So in order to set up this trade, first let's go into the trade Amazon options. And we're going to be going over to the put side because, once again, this is going to be a put credit spread. So for this type of trade, personally, I like to go anywhere from 2 weeks to 1 month out for expiration. So let's start with 2 weeks. So we're going to go to the January 15th. And for Amazon going into January 15th, I am leaning more bullish. So for this position, I believe that Amazon is going to go either up from where it is right now, or it's going to be above the price of 30.20. So right now it is at 3,155. And I believe we are going to be above 3,020. So once again, 31.55 is where it is right now. And I believe is going to be above 30.20 by 1/15. So that is going to be a difference of $135. So in order to actually make this trade, what we're going to want to do is sell the closer strike. Okay, so we're going to want to sell the closer strike. And in this case, we're going to sell the 3,020 strike. And that's going to be a price of 23.0 in premium. And what you're going to want to do is, after you sell the closer strike, you're going to want to buy the farther out strike price. So in this case, we're going to go 5 wide, which is going to be the next strike price available. So we're going to buy the 3,015 put option, and that's going to cost us around $22. So once again, we are going to sell this 30.20 option. So we're going to go over to sell, hit that 30.20. And if you don't see these check marks, that means that you do not have spreads enabled. So go into account, go into options trading, and make sure it says that your level is on level 3. Okay, so once you've done that, you're going to want to click on the 30.20 option on the sell side. And then you're going to go over to buy and buy this 3,015. Okay, so you know that you've opened it correctly when it says put credit spread on top. So in this case, once again, we sold the 30.20 and bought the 30.15. And since we sold the 30.20 put for $23 of premium, that is going to be 23 that we sold, so that's going to be negative. And then we bought the 3,015 put for $22 in premium. So if you add that up, that is going to be a difference of $1 in premium. So this $1 is what you're going to be receiving to actually open up this trade. A put, as we know, is going to be the ability for the buyer to sell 100 shares. So the buyer can sell 100 shares at the strike. So since they have the 30.20, or since we actually sold the 30.20, we're going to be obligated, if this expires in the money, to buy 100 shares at the strike of $3,020. So since we bought the 3,015 put, that gives us the ability to actually sell 100 shares at the 3,015 strike. Okay, so let's say this actually by January 15th goes down below 3,015, and both contracts expire in the money. So both contracts expire in the money. What's going to happen is, since we sold the 3,020 put, we are obligated to buy 100 shares at 3,020. So we're going to buy 100 at 3,020. And since we have the 3,015 put, that is going to be sort of like insurance. Okay, so since let's say that this 3,015 expires in the money, we are going to be able to sell 100 shares at 3,015. Now, since we bought 100 shares at 3,020 and sold 100 at 3,015, that is going to be a total loss of $5 per share. And since that is a loss of $5 per share, in order to actually open up this spread, we receive that $1 in premium. So since we're down $5, but we received $1, that is going to be a total of minus $4. So that minus $4 is going to be what is known as our max loss. So let's see once again how we actually calculate this max loss. So the calculation for the max loss is going to be the width between our strikes minus the credit that we received. So in this case, the width is going to be 3,020 minus 3,015. So that width is going to be $5. And then the credit we received is going to be the $23 of premium. So 23.0, because we that is for selling the 3,020 put, minus the 3,015 put, and that is going to cost $22. So that is where we get that $1 of premium. So when we combine this, that is where it is going to equal $4. So since that $4 is times 100, our max loss here is going to be $400. So since we are bullish on Amazon, so meaning we want Amazon to go up, but let's say that we're actually wrong and the market sells off as it has for the past couple of days because of the recent events, and Amazon goes down $100. So let's say by 1/15, it goes down $100. So what we actually want to happen is for both of our options to expire out of the money, meaning all of our contracts expire worthless. Now, since it's at 31.55 right now, and it goes down $100, that means that on January 15th, it is at $3,055. Now, since that is still above our 30-20 strike, our 30-20 strike and 30-15 strike is still going to be out of the money. And for this, that means that we can be very wrong about the direction by a roughly 3% error and still make max profit. So that is basically how you are not going to end up like these Wall Street bets traders losing almost half of their portfolio on one trade just because you got the direction wrong. Let's look at what the actual chart would, or the profit to loss chart would look like for Amazon. Okay, so this is going to be our profit and this is going to be our loss. Okay, so let's talk about break-even point. And break-even point is where you have not made money, but you haven't lost money. So that break-even point is going to be the strike that you sold, so the 30-20 strike, minus the credit you received. So since we received $1 in credit, our break-even point is going to be 30.19. So this area is going to be where we lose nothing, and that is going to be 30.19. Okay, so since our profit is capped, that's why anything above the 30-20 area, so anything 30-20 or above, our profit is going to be capped at $100. Okay, so once again, if it's above 3,020, our contracts are going to expire worthless, and we are able to keep our full $100. Now, our max loss is going to occur if it is below 3015. So no matter if it goes to 2,000 and drops a whole 33%, our max loss is always going to be $400. So that is essentially going to be all we need to know about the profit and loss. Okay, so let's talk about how time decay or theta is going to affect our contracts. So theta for our 3022 contract or 3020 contract is going to be roughly 2.83. 2.83, and that's going to be negative because it's on the put side. And our 3015 put is going to be, what is that, 2.78. So that's going to be a difference of 0.05 cents. And so basically what these numbers mean is that for every day closer to expiration, assuming the price does not change, our contracts are going to go down by this number. So the 3020 contract is going to go down by $2.83 per day, and the 3015 put is going to go down by $2.78 per day. So this is going to help us. So theta in this case is on our side, and it is going to basically give us a profit of $5 per day. And as we get closer to expiration, that number is going to increase. So we are going to gain more money as we get closer to expiration. All right, so now let's talk about implied volatility. So basically, implied volatility means that if Amazon is more volatile, meaning there's going to be higher price movements, so a time such as earnings or when a big news event comes out, implied volatility is going to be higher. So Vega, in our case, in the 3020 contract, is going to be 1.49, and in the 3015 contract is going to be 1.46. And as you can also see, there's going to be an implied volatility percent. So basically all you need to know for this is that if implied volatility goes up, so IV increases, this contract here, the 3020, is going to increase in value, meaning we're going to lose money on our spread. But if implied volatility decreases, we are going to gain money on our spread with something known as IV crush. So IV crush is going to be in our favor. So a time when there would be IV crush is, let's say, after an earnings event and the stock didn't necessarily move a big amount, or it moved in the opposite direction, there's going to be IV crush. So the premium is going to decrease a lot. So that's really going to help our contracts decrease in value and get closer towards that max profit, which would be if all of our contracts expire worthless. Okay, so let's talk about how to actually close this spread. So let's say Amazon increases the ton in value, or it gets closer to expiration, and we're actually in profit. Yay! So closing it is going to be very simple, and it's going to basically be by making it a debit spread. Or what I mean by that is we're going to, instead of sell this 3020 put, we are actually going to be buying it back. So what we're going to do is we're going to buy the 3020 put, since we previously sold that, and we are going to sell the 3015 put. This is going to come up as a put debit spread. And then let's say Amazon goes all the way up and our contracts are now worth 0.2 cents of credit, or $20. So since we sold it and got $100 of premium, and now it is $20 that we have to buy it back, our total profit for this trade is going to be $80. When closing it, I always suggest closing it early, because you never know. There could always be a Friday sell-off and something happens that brings your contracts in the money, and it's not always worth it to try and get that extra bag in order to risk losing it all. So like I said, I personally always close around 80% profit, and that'll just keep you safe. Look for the next entry and you'll get your full collateral back. Okay, so that is essentially all we need to know about the put credit spread. If you guys did learn a lot about this video, make sure to let me know in the comments. If you need anything to clarify, I'll make sure to respond to that. And yeah, so if you guys want to help support the channel, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for future content like this. And I will see you guys in the next video.